right, good evening. This is the January 21st, 2026 Cottage Grove City Council meeting, which I'm calling to order. Before we get started, I did want to share something real quick. Before we actually get into the actual business of the agenda, I did want to mention that we typically do open forum at the beginning of the council meeting. But this evening, we weren't sure how many people were going to be here. And so at this point, we do have some people that signed up, and I'll talk about that a little bit more later. But I did want to just mention that we did move the open forum portion to the end of the meeting, though I would tell you our agenda is extremely short tonight. So within probably 15 minutes or so, we'll be going into open forum for people to speak to the council, and I'll share some more information there. So I just wanted to let everybody know, if you were here and thinking that we're going to skip by it at the beginning of the meeting, we moved the open forum to the end of the meeting in case there was a bunch of people that wanted to speak tonight. So again, first thing I did here was call the meeting to order. The second item we're going to do is the Pledge of Allegiance, so please rise. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, will the clerk please do the roll?
Councilmember Clausen?
Here.
Councilmember Olson?
Here.
Councilmember Thiede?
Here.
Councilmember Garza?
Here.
Mayor Bailey?
Here. The next item on our agenda is adoption of the agenda. I'm just looking for a council.
Move the agenda.
All right.
I'll second.
Motion by Councilmember Thiede, second by Councilmember Garza. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. 5 is presentations. We have none this evening. 6 is consent agenda. Is there anything that council would like to pull for separate discussion on consent?
Move consent.
All right, so we have a motion by Councilmember Olson.
Second. Oh, go ahead.
All right, I'll do it. Sorry, I'll second it. Second by Councilmember Clausen. All right, any further discussion? Seeing none, all of those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. So if you're here for anything on tonight's consent agenda, they've all been approved, and I want to say congratulations and good luck to Van Meter, who is going to be doing a major expansion in Cottage Grove, and we appreciate it. Yes, so.
Yeah.
Very happy to have you in Cottage Grove. Thank you. Thank you. All right, our next item on our agenda is approved disbursement. 8A is to pay the bills.
I'll move to pay the bills.
All right, so we have a motion by Councilmember Garza. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Thiede. Again, any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. 8 is public hearing. We have none this evening. Bid awards, we have none this evening. 10 is regular agenda. We have nothing this evening. I will go to council comments or requests in our normal order. Is there anything? I'll start with Councilmember Clausen.
Nothing to add tonight, Mayor. Thank you.
All right, sounds good. Councilmember Olson?
No, sir.
All right. Councilmember Thiede?
I'm good.
All right, look, we're moving fast here. And Councilmember Garza?
I do not.
All right. All right, then we do, 12 is a workshop, which is open to the public. We don't have any, I should say. And then we don't have a workshop closed to the public. And so the next thing we've got on our agenda is open forum. And this is the opportunity for anybody that wants to speak on anything that's wasn't on tonight's agenda. At this point, can do that. I did have something to read, but I don't think I really need to do that. What we did do, just so I could make sure we caught everybody if needed, is we did have some sign-up sheets out in the entryway, and we did get the open forum sign-up sheets for 3 individuals. And all we'd ask you to do is you come up to the front. I'll call your name up here, mention where you're from, and then you can speak to the council. We won't be answering necessarily any questions tonight. The idea is if you want to share, make a statement or whatever, you're welcome to do that. Or if you have a question, then we'll get some further information from you that we'll be able to provide an answer to you. Our clerk over here, Tammy, is going to have you get 3 minutes per person to speak. And so when your time is up, you'll see Tammy put up a little sign, and I'll help you with that too if that's the case. So if that's the case, we just ask that you wrap up whatever you're saying if you're getting to that point, okay? So I'll just start with what's handed to me. And is it Colin Meenan? Colin Meenan?
I'm going to decline speaking tonight. Okay.
Okay, no? All right. How about Michelle? Mina? Yep, right up there.
Right there.
You got her.
Thank you. Might have missed some instructions.
And you are a resident of Cottage Grove.
Yes, yes, I am.
Thank you.
Just a few minutes away, actually. So my sort of principal reason for being here this evening is obviously to address the ongoing destruction that ICE is creating in the Twin Cities. And other than asking, obviously, how I can expect the city of Cottage Grove to respond and provide safety to the community of Cottage Grove, one of the things that became apparent to me when I was looking at usaspending.gov is that since 2020, the city of Cottage Grove has taken 4 contracts with the federal government, specifically for the Department of Homeland Security, with training for ICE at the Hero Center. Now, I understand that we are currently under contract with the federal government through, I believe, July and August of this year, so there may not be opportunities to cancel those contracts. However, could we, as a community, look into refusing to take any additional contracts from them in the future, be more transparent about the fact that we had gone into these agreements with the federal government in the first place, open it to perhaps the community to vote on or even just be aware is happening, that I'm unclear how this decision was made and why it was continued to be made. And lastly, since I understand that these things are probably larger than myself, I think a valid opportunity, given the hundreds of thousands of dollars that it sounds like we've received or are supposed to be receiving, I don't necessarily know if we have, could we be using some of that money to form a fund or be able to provide some sort of restitution to the community members who've been harmed, or have opportunities to at least donate the money to the food shelves or other community members that may have been impacted by these ongoing activities, especially something like restaurants that haven't been able to operate for fear that their employees will be taken. So with that, I think I would just love to have the folks here take that all under advisement and perhaps provide a statement or any kind of clarity around those choices, because it really sucked finding out that we trained ICE agents right here in my backyard. And I would like for us to not do that again. And I think a lot of other people in the metro and probably the state at large would appreciate if we didn't do that either. So I can yield the rest of my time if that's something that I can do.
You can.
Great.
One thing I'll say, are you going to hang for a little bit?
Yeah.
And listen? Okay. Maybe at the end, if you want to go up to our staff and give them your address, we'll be able to, we're not doing it, like, we don't have to do it here publicly, if you know what I mean.
Well, yeah, I suppose, yeah, I wouldn't
You know what I mean.
dox myself.
And what we can do is we'll be able to provide you with all the information you're asking about.
Groovy.
Okay?
Awesome. Thank you so
Awesome.
much for tonight.
Thank you. All right, Heather Schoenwaller?
Right. I'm nervous, so I'm going to read off my phone.
Okay. And by the way, I'm sorry I didn't say this. You are a resident of Cottage
Yes,
Grove.
yes, I live right here in Cottage Grove. I live and work here. My name is Heather Showalter. I first came to Cottage Grove 5 years ago. I worked at major manufacturer here, made windows. I'm sure you know the place. I now work across the street making doors. One thing that every manufacturing, laboring job I've ever had has in common are the people that work there. They don't always look like me, but they are very good, hardworking people. Today, I worry about the friends that I've made at these places here in the city. I worry about the ladies that used to bring me homemade egg rolls. I worry about the Arab man who showed me pictures of his daughter and her cats, how he moved here to have a better life for her. I worry about the Hispanic ladies who became my transportation after the first seizure I had. These are all people, again, that are very hardworking people in our city. They come here for work. They do not deserve to feel afraid. Everyone, every single person, I don't care what their status is, has worth. To borrow a quote from one of my favorite authors, everyone, or sorry, I'm nervous, so I'm getting confused here. All things have worth, and everyone contributes to the worth of others. That is true of every single human being. I'm here today to ask I'm going to add on to what she said. I do not want them in the Hero Center. I understand there's a price tag that comes along with that. But I am a very stubborn German woman, and I come from a long line of stubborn German women, and I believe that when there's a will, there's a way. It might not be easy, it might not be cheap, but I believe there is the way, there is something we can do. This is not benefiting our state, this is not benefiting our community members. They are terrorizing and making people afraid. My own mother, she's almost 60 years old, she walks with a mobility aid, she needs a walker to get around, she's rheumatoid arthritis. She's terrified that she's going to be in the wrong place at the wrong time and just be knocked over, knocked to the ground. We don't know where this is happening, where it's safe for her to go. Can she even, walk around in a Target and not have to worry about someone tackling her if she's just standing in between an agent and their target? I would like to ask for, in addition to the ending of the contracts with the Hero Center, I would also ask for more transparency. There's other cities right now that are working on things like passing moratoriums on rent, towing fees, anything that we could do to alleviate the pressure that is being put on these people. Oh, my time is up, so.
You could just finish up.
Okay. If we could take that, I borrow from her idea here, if we could take some of that money and use that to help these people pay off their parking fine or the towing fees, the small business owners that are having to close because their employees are terrified to come to work. Can we use those funds for the moratorium? Just, hey, don't worry about rent this month. Don't worry about this towing fee. That's all I have. Thank you for listening.
Nope, and you did good.
You did well, yeah.
Neighbor, thank you, Heather. Appreciate
All right.
you.
So that was the only green slips that I'd received of people that wanted to speak in our open forum. Is there anybody else that would like to speak, one way or the other, on open forum? Is welcome to do so at this time. Nobody? Okay, I will go ahead and close open forum, and then I don't know if council had any comments that they wanted to make, or are we good?
No new comments.
Okay. All right. First of all, I will just say thank you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for voicing your opinion and your thoughts and your comments. It is a trying time in our community right now. I will say this to you. I said this publicly. I was at an event with our Director of Public Safety, Pete Kerner. I know Councilmember Olson was there, was at All Saints Lutheran Church, and it was basically talking about, what you should or shouldn't do or can or cannot do when it comes to immigration enforcement, protesting, and so on. And I made a statement there that a couple of people have come up to me and commented about. One is, I've been mayor now, this is my 17th year. And 4 years before that on the council and 8 years before that on the planning commission. And there's only been 2 times that I've been, I'll say, shocked and dismayed about what was going on in our community. One time was going through our community during the George Floyd protests and riots and seeing boarded up windows. I never thought I would ever see that in our community. And the other time is right now. Having ICE agents, taking people out of their homes or out of their cars and such in our community. So I'm hoping from a legal standpoint, I know there's a lot of information out there about what's happening, what's not happening. But I just thought I would share that with you, that I think I can speak for the council up here. We care about our community deeply, all our community, no matter who you are or what race, it doesn't matter. And that if anybody does need help, I think I can speak for our public safety officials out there. If somebody call 911. Our police officers do not work hand in hand with ICE. We're not going to ask your immigration status. That's not part of what we do. That's not their purview as a police officer. But if there's somebody that's in need, our police officers want to help. And please call if that's something that happens. And the last thing I'll say on that too, I'm looking at my Director of Public Safety back there. we don't know when ICE is in town, or rarely do we ever know that they're in town. And I'm not talking about the Hero Center, I'm talking about if they're in town. Matter of fact, in some cases, our police officers have, somebody called in a suspicious vehicle, and they check the vehicle as being suspicious and find out, oh, it's ICE is in town. So they're not even communicating with us as a government agency, and they're definitely not communicating with our police department. So I wanted the public to be very aware of that. Okay?
Mayor, Mayor,
Yes.
I think I will.
Councilmember Garza.
Will it be okay if I make a statement?
Yes, absolutely.
I did prepare a statement, and I wasn't sure if I was going to speak it or not, but I think I will. I think it's still very relevant, and I think I should share. It's on. Oh, I just need to lean closer. Sorry. Okay. And I'm going to read because I don't want to get tongue-tied. So thank you, Mayor, and thank you, Council. I just want to take a moment to acknowledge concerns that I've been hearing from members of our community about increased federal immigration enforcement and activity, including the presence of U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement here in Cottage Grove. I think it's important to say it out loud that this doesn't just affect undocumented people, it affects U.S. citizens too, especially families with mixed immigration status, kids, neighbors, and coworkers. When enforcement activity increases, fear and uncertainty spreads more broadly, and that shows up in real ways in our community. This isn't abstract to me. My own family is feeling anxiety and fear as well. I'm sharing this because I know that we're not alone in this, and because it helps to explain why so many people are worried right now. I've heard from residents and students who are distracted and concerned about loved ones, unsure how federal aid actions might intersect with our everyday lives, and I think we're seeing that quite a bit. While immigration policy is not something this council can control, the impact on our community is something that we should really acknowledge. Our role is to make sure Cottage Grove continues to be a place where people feel safe, engaging with schools, city services, and local government, and where people are treated with dignity and respect. I hope we continue to lead with care, clarity, and focus on the well-being of our Cottage Grove community. Thank you, Mayor.
You got it. Thank you, Councilmember Garza. Thank you. All right, so before I look for a motion to adjourn, I'll just mention to both of you now, if you do want to get some feedback on some of the questions that you asked, if you would just go up to our staff and provide your address, we'll make sure that we get some information to you. Okay?
Yeah, those questions, by the way, are not uncommon questions.
No, not at all.
Our public safety team has been answering similar questions for quite some time, so they'll certainly be able to give you a very thorough explanation and answer to your inquiries. But as always, please feel free to reach out, tell your friends and neighbors. If they do have questions, come to us. We're an open book. We're happy to answer those.
100%. Okay. All right, Council, who would like to make a motion to adjourn?
I'll move to adjourn.
All right, so we have a motion by Councilmember Clausen. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilmember Garza. All those in favor signify by saying aye. 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 Opposed? We are adjourned.
Thank you all for coming.
Thank you for